So, Alafia, good morning. Greetings from Brooklyn, New York, where it all started. When I came to America, I came to the U.S. through Brooklyn at what was called Idlewild Airport. Now it's JFK. Okay, I'm trying to put my Instagram on because people like when I come on Instagram. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Live. Turn this around. Put this so I can put it. I have an assistant today. Put another one on it. Alafia, greetings on Facebook and Instagram. Yes. Oh, the power of you. We're back. Yes, today. Is this thing on? Yeah, it's on. It's got all kinds of new stuff they got trying to tell me to do. So I hope I'm on, but I can't see the people.
I can check if you want.
Yeah, check. Yes, so we are here. Today we're talking about the power of gratitude. Those of you know that I am eternally grateful for the book that I've been saying. The book is coming. The book is coming. The book is coming. It's finally here. And thank you, each and every one of you that have been a part of the journey. Those of you who helped me, who encouraged me, who wrote things for me, who edited for me. I've had about 7 different editors over the years. Everybody was helping me do this, that, the other. So thank each and every one of you. You know who you are. And as I said, for me to try to remember all of that, I can't. Not I can't, but at this time when I was closing the book, I couldn't remember everyone. So I didn't want any one person to feel like. So I am so eternally grateful for those of you who saw me yesterday on Instagram. If you didn't see me go on Instagram and Facebook, and I think I put it on Linktree, LinkedIn, I got to do one of the things in my life, which was to show my mother herself in a book, my book. She said she wanted to cry. I've done my share of crying. I've been boo-hooing, boo-hooing, and boo-hooing. So today, I'm just grateful to say thank you all, every one of you that have purchased the book. You will not be disappointed. I got some interesting things in it that y'all are going to be like, what? You did what? You are who? And how to come through life knowing that there's always a bigger expression of God that is waiting for you when you say thank you. In my life, the thing that has gotten me through the biggest challenges in my life is always to, in that moment, look where I am and say, I'm here, so I'm grateful. That word, thank you. Eckhart Tolle says that the most powerful prayer to say is thank you. Yes, so that's what helps me. One that I've just been using, one of the little words of encouragement that I've been using for a few months now is, why is this happening? I mean, a few years now, why is this happening for me? When I say, why is it happening for me? In that moment, I recognize that it's a gift. And then I can thank it. Rather than, why is this happening to me? Then I become a victim. And as you read my book, you'll see that in it, the trauma and the drama and the things that I went through is common to all of us in the diaspora. It's common to all of us in the world, where we choose parents, we choose we choose the things in life, the destiny, the passion to bring us to where we are. The gift that we have is to stay in that moment when you think that you're not going to make it, that you're at your lowest point, is to say, wow, I'm here. Thank you. And in saying that, you open up your spirit to abundance, to God's grace. Because when you say thank you and when you're grateful for something, what happens is you're telling the universe, I acknowledge that you have helped me to come thus far and you've filled me with everything that I need to move into the next stage of my life. Isn't that gorgeous? When you say, I'm grateful for this, even if you're in the midst of all kinds of confusion. I remember when I was homeless and I said, I'm so grateful for this thing. I didn't say it that day. I was grateful that I stayed at two of my friends' house sleeping on the floor. I'm grateful that I got this spot, right? When I look back at it, I look at the long term of it is I'm grateful for that experience. So I could connect when I see people that are homeless. Mine was not that long, but it was enough trauma to realize that this is not where you want to stay, that you have a choice to do differently. And so the choice that I made is that you got to come out of feeling that you're stuck and that whatever it is that the outside is saying to you, that is not real within. So, however short term it was that I was homeless, and in both cases, the reason that I ended up leaving with my friends' boyfriends were like, how long is this girl staying here? Because we can't be together. So, yes, I was homeless in Brooklyn. I didn't share that in the book to the deepest extent. So I'm just letting you know that gratitude is a transformational act that transforms us into abundance. It's a transformational act. It moves you out of feeling that I'm stuck, I'm a victim, this is the end of the world, this is where we're going to stop. No, once you say thank you, it moves it, and you are on a road to another level of understanding how powerful you are, how good you are, how great you are, how intelligent you are, how supported you are, how loved you are. Gratitude is a transformational act. So when we meditate and we're setting intentions that we want something or we want to see ourselves somewhere, well, in that moment when you say, you know, I'm glad I'm not out in the rain. And this little thing that I was saying about being homeless for a short space of time made me realize my connection that I have to the homeless. I always have a place in my heart that I can connect to that experience. And sometimes you see people on the street that they're mentally unstable and they're looking, disheveled and looking like they don't know where they are. I always remember that's somebody's child. That's somebody's child, and in that moment, I connect to them as a mother. But as a human, when I see homeless, I always try to give them something, encourage them. If all I say is, don't take this and buy any drugs, buy food, or say, you look good, something to that effect. So that when you are in a space of gratitude, it's a transformational act. It moves you out of feeling. So we tell the universe, I got this. I recognize you. And then the universe pours more into you. Because if you've lived an experience and you moved on, the room is open for new blessings. That's the abundance that comes in from the universe. It's not people and things, it's the universe. And you start looking at life in a different, the thing has already been there. That's the thing with awareness, is that it's always there. And when we shift what it is that we believe about ourselves or that moment, then we can come into grace, which is God reaching us, we reaching God, we reaching source, Olodumare, God, Jesus, Allah, Buddha, whatever you call that force that that when you wake in the morning is there ready for you to drink from that cup, to dance to that music, to even if you're the only one in that moment recognizing it. That there, that's beautiful. And that's God's grace when God reaches and you reach and you make that connection together. That interconnection and interdependence to source is to say, I acknowledge that there's something bigger than me. And so you thank your Ori for choosing you and for you choosing your Ori, your head, the thoughts that you're having for the day, how you're going to show up as a good human, how you're going to show up as the essence of God using you to be the source to inspire others, and to allow the world to be a better place. If that's all we wake up to do every morning, we're good, because we'll find some reason to be happy. So as you read my book, you'll see that in it, I've been through a lot, but none of it at the point where I could not come out of it seeing the blessing in it. And that's why the book is written as a memoir, autobiography, and a textbook, really, because it helps you to connect to all of the stuff that's happening to me that I wanted to share with you, because I just needed to let that out. It's so that you can find God's grace wherever you are. Life is transformation, and we're always on this journey. So when we stop, just look at the wonderfulness and the generosity of Orisha, the generosity of God, the generosity of everything, and look at it in a place where I got everything I need. You can start the day out saying, I got everything I need. So everything else is gravy. You know how when you have your rice or whatever you want the gravy so it will slide down better? That's all that's waiting for you is the gravy, to just add some little flavor to it. So when you walk up in the morning and walk out, you got everything. You don't have to be looking for anything. It is already there. While I've been in Brooklyn, I see the teenagers, and I connected so much to them. Oh my goodness. That's the age I was when I came to America. It was like 13, and it was middle school. And I saw the little girls trying to be tough in Brooklyn. You know how you got to do your thing. You got your face on it. And I just connected to their little spirits, just trying to find themselves. It was beautiful. It was beautiful. And you can look at it in another way and see them cussing, and their mouth is, and their clothes is tight, and the boys are pushing on them, and so you have a choice of looking at it either way. I chose to look at it and connect to them. And all of them trying to find themselves. That was me. That was me just trying to find myself in a new country with new attitude, new behaviors, new accents, and just knowing that, speaking back to my teenage girl, you're going to be fine. You're going to be fine. So, you find what it is that connects you to the goodness of life, and that's when God gives you grace. God gives you grace. So by saying thank you, and so I am so grateful for y'all being here, to know that the power that you have, the power of you are making that difference in your world. Each one of us choose to make that difference in every situation. Say hello to someone, to a stranger. In Brooklyn, you don't say hello, but you say, because you're safe. You're surrounded. If you go with everything that's happening, then you'll just be living in paranoia and don't believe that you have the abundance of God. You just have put your head and somebody will say it like that. Look at the goodness of God, rather than this is a horrible place, I'm only here for the money, and you will stay there, and the grace of God will pass right by you, and you don't know. You think that everybody else is wealthy. Everybody got the name brands and everybody, but you got the power. Think of something that you are going through right now. And I just want us to take a minute to just breathe and just take one nice cleansing breath, deep breathing in and breathe out. Take another little one, and this one is to expel any fear that you have, breathing in. Let it out. And this one is to connect to the mercy, to the goodness of your breath, of your lungs, to Oya, that allows it to move, breathing in. And breathing out. Shift that energy, the molecules. So your spirit can release the things that are dark, the things into things that are light, things that are heavy become light. Scarcity becomes abundance. Fear becomes joy. When we just stop in that moment and say, I'm so grateful for this moment. I'm so grateful for this moment. So that is the lesson, and the thing that we want to do today is just be grateful for whatever the situation is that you're going through. Just be grateful. Say, I am so thankful. Thank you. Say the word thank you. And abundance is waiting for you. Abundance is waiting for you. Today is Ose Ogun and Oshose, to have the courage to do anything and everything that your heart desires. Because when you desire something, you are at the seat of Oshun. You're in a place of birthing, of creating from the nothing, from just an emotion, an energy that wants to be released. So when you desire something, your spirit is requiring you so that you can see the abundance of the universe, of God, of Orisha, of the ancestors. Because the sun is shining every day without us paying rent for it, light for it, blessing it, saying I'm grateful. It just comes because that is what is our gift. So many of us are impacted by the sunshine. The animals are impacted because they're going to get some food. The leaves and the flowers outside are impacted because they're going to give chlorophyll. Human beings are able to have the sun to give us vitamin C and to connect, to activate the energy of melanin so that we can continue to create this beautiful world. There's so many things that the world is giving us and having for us. So have the courage to know that when you say thank you and humbling yourself and thanking yourself and thanking others, you come from a place of feeling victimhood and victimized. Nothing is better than you. God created you the same way that God created the universe, that created the sun. Can you imagine that? Every molecule that goes into you, God's brilliance took its time to give you all the little things, all the astrological signs, all of the day, the impact that you're having. So it's important for us to know the power of you is knowing yourself. It's not getting more books and living from a perspective of somebody else got the truth that you need to hear. The truth is in you. You're your own guru. You're your own teacher. And when you are healed and when you acknowledge that you are not a victim and that you are whole, then you become a blessing to your community. And that's what supports you. That's what supports you. So in this Ogun or Ya Day, Ogun or Shosi Day, find what it is that you want. Set yourself out as we move into our phase of this new awakening of the summer, of the sun shining us on this number 8 year. So know that when you thank yourself, you're coming from lack. My thank you today is that I'm able to have the audacity to write a book, my third book, but this is the biggie, the autobiography, to put myself transparently out there, my weaknesses, my strengths. And remember, this is my story. Some people may have a different story about the event that they may share with it, but this is my story. I encourage everyone to write your story because what you're going through or who you are to become comes from your experience that is uniquely you. You are so perfectly made that even if we're born in the same hospital, the same day, the same moment, we have completely different experiences. You know, the game we play that you give somebody, say something, and by the end of the game, it's completely different. That's how everybody sees something completely different. The story that I saw when I was growing up is a different story that my sister saw, my brother saw, my stepfather saw, my father saw, my mother. So I encourage each and every one of you, write your book, however small it is. Because if I had the audacity, I had the audacity to read a book when I remember I was in high school and the teacher said, because I was always struggling in high school. I don't ever remember getting a B. I always got C or D or C minus. And she told me, you just need to find you a man to get married because don't try to go off to college because you don't have it. You don't have the ability. I had the audacity, and I wasn't conscious that I was like, I'm gonna prove that to you. I never did. I just said, okay. And I just let the wind carry me where I was supposed to go. And as I got involved in this faith, I recognized the power. I recognized the power of listening to spirit and studying who you are. Know what your astrological sign, your moon sign, know all of those things to know who you are. Why you're emotional. When you say, I don't want to cry. If you're born in the full moon and moon in Pisces like me, you cry at everything. You're gonna cry at everything. You're over dramatized, you're emotional. Oh my God, I love so hard, I hurt so hard. Know who you are and deal with it. Own your stuff. And so in closing this, I'm going to sing to Obatala. But first, I'm going to let you know how grateful I am that at the end of the book, it says reciprocity is not a direct line about people who you give to, but are not necessarily the ones who are going to give back to you. The universe always gives back. So I'm going to read something from in the back of the book. I say, I bless my children, Shongo Obanike, Akanke, Ifatumbi, and my 6 grandchildren, my bonus child, Oyabumi, because they are well and healthy. The choices they make have made them happy. That is all a mother can ask for that. For that, I am ever so grateful. I know in my soul that they are living through the light of God's grace. My hope is they will always find a place, someone to give them an encouraging word, a plate of food, and a smile whenever they need it. I thank my mother for inspiring me to always give and share with others at age 104 years. I bless my mother for what she has also been through, trying to be a good mother and continues to be an inspiration. I thank the students whom over many years have helped me put this book together through their life stories, our relationship, and this incarnation through their support. But most of all, for being the challenge, the polish, and the cloth needed to shine my rock into the brilliance of a diamond. The truth has finally set me free. So I thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, Obatala, for always having my back. Yemonja for letting me know who is trying to stab me in the back. Oshun for letting me have a zest for life and a sense of style and powerful voice. I thank Ori for us carefully choosing each other well. Elegba, Eshu, for pushing and keeping my doors open. Oya, for my ability to make a dollar holler in the marketplace of my life. Shongo, thanks for giving me the will to choose well and to make kings and queens. Ogun, thank you for my boldness and courage to keep things interesting. And Ifa, for my Odu, passion, destiny, and the everlasting love for human beings. Thank you. Thank you, every one of you that I have ever done a reading for, initiated you, gave you encouragement, gave you a pencil, stayed at my house. I stayed at yours. I thank you. And most of all, I thank all of the people that are going to read this book and be inspired to change your life, to know that you are not alone, that God is there. Ashe Modupoe. And so I'm going to chant to Obatala today. I was going to think of singing of the song that at my one of my book signings I'm going to put, so that people will understand why I wrote that song. When they turned on me and they turned on you, when they turned on me, Baba, you're the only one I knew. You had my back. So remember that Obatala got our back. He created our heads and gave them to the different orishas to empower it with our personality. But today I'm going to sing a song for us to just sit in our wonderfulness of gratitude. Mogbo hunkyo pwe mi wasodomi. Obatala to pwe mi wasodomi. Mogbo hunkyo pwe mi wasodomi o. Obatala to pwe mi wasodomi. Baba, I hear everything that you say. Anything that you say to me, And I'm encouraged by that. Enuaye mi Moshe o. Enuaye o batala mi baba. Enuaye mi Moshe o. Yeyefini puyin o. Obatala orisha fini egure. Bogbo wa enya puerere. Enu aye mi Moshe o. Eru aye obatala mi baba. Eru aye mi Moshe o. Oshaginya Yeyefini puyin o. Obatala, orisha fini, ekure, gbogbo wa enya puerere, eruaye, mi Moshe o, eruaye, obatala mi baba, eruaye, mi Moshe o. Yeyefini puyin o. Obatala, orisha fini, ebure, gbogbo wa enya puerere. Obatala baba mi o. Adúpẹ́ fún ìlera o bàbá mi Ọbàtálá. Adúpẹ́ o bàbá mi Ọbàtálá. Adúpẹ́ fún oore mi o Ọbàtálá. Adúpẹ́ fún ọmọ tèmi o Ọbàtálá. Adúpẹ́ fún gbogbo èèyàn o Ọbàtálá, orisha fini, ekure, gbogbo wa enya puerere. Ọbàtálá dúpẹ́ o, Ọbàtálá dúpẹ́ o. Nígbà tí mo lọ láyé, bàbá mi Ọbàtálá lọ síwájú mi o. Adúpẹ́ o, bàbá mi Ọbàtálá. Adúpẹ́ o. Adúpẹ́ fún bàbá ńlá, adúpẹ́ fún ìyá ńlá, adúpẹ́ fún ọmọ kékeré. Tójó gbogbo láyé o, bàbá mi Ọbàtálá. Epa orisha, epa orisha Ọbàtálá. Aláṣọ funfun alámọ̀rere o. Bímí ní kí Olódùmarè, bàbá mi Ọbàtálá òkun wà o. Alágẹmọ Ọbàtálá, adúpẹ́ o, mo dúpẹ́ o, adúpẹ́ o. We give thanks this day for every elder, every woman, every man, every child, knowing the blessings of peace, God's grace, and intelligence to choose that which makes us good human beings. Ashe, ashe, ashe. So y'all have a wonderful day. Go out there and get the book. And I will be having signed copies on my website in 2.5 weeks. But I need you to go ahead and get the book and come see me so I can sign it. Don't wait for the signed copy. I'm going to be all over. So if you're interested in me coming to your city and doing a book signing, let me know. Call me. Send me an email. Because I'll be there to do what I do, is to talk, to chant, to make you laugh, give you a book, and tell you some juicy stuff about my life that some of it is not in the book. The next book is going to be also lovely. But let's finish here. Yeah. Thanks for the moment. Stay here. Stay right here. Stay right here. That's why y'all love me, because you know I'm special. I ain't ordinary. I had the audacity to write a book. Yes, my mother said, my daughter wrote a book. And when my mother was going through, just feeling, like she was tired because most of her friends were leaving, were dying, and, passing on. Because at 104, that's the process. And I would tell her, you can't leave yet. You got to see yourself in a book, Ma. So yesterday when I gave her copy, she said, I'm going to read this every day. And my mother likes to read the Bible, so she's going to read this. And I gave my sister her copy as well. So go out there and thank somebody for loving you, for challenging you, for chatting you up, to saying stuff about you, because it's okay. It's part of the process. Love on yourself and say thank you. I'm grateful. I give thanks. And I'm back in Brooklyn where it started. Y'all have a blessed day.